Hello and welcome to this DMEXCO Masterclass. The session today is focusing on programmatic out-of-home advertising and the evolution this is bringing to the outdoor market. I'm Gavin Wilson and I'm the Chief Revenue Officer at Global Supply-Side Partner View. I've been with the business for 6 months, having previously worked at global data and science company dunnhumby and as Chief Revenue Officer at German display DSP Sociomantic Labs. Thanks to all of you for joining today and for your time, attention and any questions. For those that don't know View, we are a 2-year-old business that is an outdoor marketplace. We are an SSP, so we have media owners firmly front of mind, managing their inventory across their paper, digital and programmatic business. Today's presentation is going to focus on that latter part, namely programmatic, and how adding this dimension to the way brands and agencies plan and buy outdoor media has benefits for all stakeholders across the ecosystem. View's purpose is to connect out-of-home and digital advertising to create brand experiences and meaningful outcomes for advertisers. Our mission is to make it easy to trade out-of-home efficiently. This includes enabling programmatic trading for outdoor media. And our promise is to deliver a premium out-of-home marketplace connecting buyers and sellers simply. Initially, a bit more about View. We are a global business and we work with 2 media owners currently worldwide. The first being JCDecaux, for whom we manage their global inventory exclusively across many markets. On the programmatic side, we manage this inventory in 8 leading countries, namely Germany, the UK, the US, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, Denmark and Finland. We're launching programmatic trading in Australia, Singapore, Hong Kong and Spain with JCDecaux later this year. And next year we are also developing into France, China and the LATAM region as a whole. We also work with another premium media owner, APG, who are a Swiss-based company where we also manage their programmatic activity. Now I've mentioned programmatic a few times already, and the key components of this I will try and bring to life in this presentation. Many of you on today's call will know the programmatic way of trading from other channels and the benefits this brings to those channels in terms of precision, flexibility and added value. This is true of the outdoor market as well, and just like other channels, key in making this happen is the SSP to DSP relationships that ensures inventory can be traded based on a long list of automated criteria. As an SSP, our aim is to connect with as many relevant DSPs that can bring unique demand via agencies or brands and that want to buy against either JCDecaux or APG's inventory. You can see some of those DSP partners on screen now, many of whom you may know from the offering they have across other channels, such as display, video and mobile. Some of these partners are specific to the outdoor market and only trade in the outdoor programmatic arena. Others span 2 channels, and many allow buyers to target audiences seamlessly across multiple environments, something for the last few years the outdoor market is now able to be part of. These DSPs are critically the connective pipes that we plug into, who in turn allow brands and agencies to run campaigns against JCDecaux and APG's inventory, using a whole host of data, granularity and triggers, all of which I will talk about later. I've highlighted just a few brands on screen that have been investing into programmatic outdoor advertising this year. COVID has of course had a major bearing on many media channels. It's affected DMEXCO, hence this kind of masterclass. And outdoor has not escaped this either. But as I'll demonstrate later, many brands are seeing the programmatic elements to outdoor advertising as the flexible and efficient channel to turn to during what are really uncertain times. It's largely perceived as a stable, reputable and influential channel in what is a very unstable period. Now, historically, this channel has been renowned for offering upper funnel, brand driving awareness, acting as a broadcast medium to support that ongoing influence of customers as they go about their everyday activity. The one-to-many offering plays a vital part of engaging with customers across many points of influence, and it suffers no ill effects like channels including display have when it comes to challenges such as GDPR or cookie-based challenges born from a one-to-one environment. This approach allows brands to influence consumers via screens in prominent locations such as central business districts, in urban areas, at airports, in major transit hubs like train stations, bus shelters, or across some of the 8,000 plus premium screens that we run campaigns on across the globe today. This reach allows any brand to connect with almost a 7 billion audience of impressions each and every month that view trades. And all of this again comes with none of the ill effects that display is currently seeing. We have no viewability challenges, and each and every ad is displayed on high impact screens in great locations. There's no remnant challenges, as all advertising gains the same prominence as the next. And there's no challenges around brand safety or non-human traffic, as each ad has a proof of play that is the envy of other channels. Now, with all of this also comes the ability to really engage with audiences worldwide, based on high impact visuals and specifically tailored creative, speaking to a broad audience, yet using programmatic to be more precise on the messaging. This could be targeting certain locations, or targeting certain days of the week, or times of the day, with various messaging that can change subject to the day or the part of the day. We can add more complex trigger-based set of rules, such as UV index data, ensuring that adverts only play when the UV index is at a certain level, perhaps valuable to a suntan lotion brand. Weather-related data can be ingested, meaning when the temperature is below a certain level, adverts for jumpers from a retailer may appear. Or when there's higher temperatures, perhaps brands marketing ice creams want to only show their ads at those times. Programmatic can encompass proximity data, driving customers to certain stores nearby, or indeed even air pollution data, as I'll go on to explain later in one of the case studies that I'd like to walk you through. Essentially, programmatic outdoor offers an added precision to the outdoor market, coupled with all of the added benefits of a high-impact, respected way of communicating with target audiences. All this is fundamentally a technology transaction, automated and trading impressions within an hour of them being visible. It of course offers a lot of added benefits that other programmatic channels have delivered for years, most notably a real flexibility in how you trade, ensuring real adaptations can be made to all campaigns. Flexibility in advertising has never been more important than today, with marketeers wanting the ability to start and stop campaigns based on budget changes, goal requirements, or even socio-economic factors. Think about running campaigns in the US right now and the need to possibly cease or pause campaigns due to unrest in a city or area that of course was not predicted. Or somewhere in Europe, perhaps a marketeer wants to move spend from TV activity to programmatic outdoor to compensate for a drop in TV figures, born from no new content. Again, something that perhaps couldn't be foreseen. In the UK just last week, we saw temperatures of 30 degrees, giving many clients the ability to drive more visibility for their end of summer season clothing lines, all with limited planning and no huge forward booking needs. The flexibility, both during and outside of the pandemic, is one that all brands who have trialled the channel have become accustomed to. The channel is impactful, engaging, but above all, campaigns can be designed to any circumstance. Now, from an efficiency and effectiveness point of view, as with programmatic in other channels, the outdoor programmatic setup allows us to target based on data ingested, often on the DSP side, and that data can be linked to certain audiences, certain target groups, locations or triggers, some of which I've mentioned earlier, and all of this ensures there's no wastage in terms of media allocation and spend. It really does allow for a highly targeted campaign on a small or large scale, no matter what the requirement or set of deliverables may be. And finally, as I'll talk to a little later on, the programmatic outdoor market can be used as a standalone channel, or of course a channel that is intertwined with other channels, making planning and execution via a DSP all the more simple. Mobile in particular, and the ability to target customers based on proximity to stores or location-based targeting works brilliantly with the programmatic outdoor market, as I'll showcase later, allowing brands and marketeers to engage with customers on programmatic outdoor screens and joined up with mobile messaging to influence customers when they're on the move, near a store or near a service. Now, this all allows for measurement within the channel as a standalone channel or as part of a cross-channel strategy, and of course ensures an attribution logic can be apportioned to the channels associated with the programmatic outdoor landscape, therefore allowing for any activity to have a broadcast set of key performance indicators, action-based key performance indicators, or even both, all of which would have demonstrable goals. Now, I wanted to use the next few minutes to walk you through a couple of case studies that perhaps bring to life a little more of what I've been walking you through over the last 10 or 12 minutes. The first is for the Virgin Active brand, a gym brand under Richard Branson's Virgin Empire, wanting to drive more gym sign-ups via targeting customers near key gym locations. This campaign used some of the geographical and audience-based triggers from the programmatic outdoor market, coupled with the device location ability afforded via mobile campaigns, and brought the two together to drive high sign-up rates in key gym locations. Initially, the client and agency chose a programmatic route for a couple of reasons, some of which you can now see on screen. Fundamentally, the precision of being able to target only frames in the right locations at certain times of the day, and coupled with mobile-led data, meant there was little to no wastage in the campaigns, consolidating a highly tailored message to a really relevant group for maximum impact. As the case study will show in a few slides' time, post-measurement and across both the outdoor and mobile portions of the campaign, great results were seen, but also complemented by the ability to amend the campaign on the go and really optimise to the Virgin Active budget. When it came to the strategy, the campaign set up by the brand and DSP and executed by View against Dsp UK inventory started by targeting customers on various screens and devices and at different times of the day. As you can see on the screen, mobile ads were shown tactically throughout the day when customers would be on their mobile, namely first thing in the morning, when at work and when at home. These ads were interspersed with programmatic outdoor adverts only showing at key times, namely rush hour commuter time in the morning, rush hour commuter time in the evening, and during the lunchtime hour. This balance offered a great means of influencing the customer via multiple formats at highly targeted times, and all without the need to run ads each and every day to a really broad or often unknown audience. Worse still would have been running these adverts all day, every day on multiple devices. Just think of the wastage. Now you can see some of the mobile creative on the left of this screen, as well as the synchronization this had with a prominent Dsp screen location in one of London's busiest transport hubs, London Liverpool Street train station. Also a venue in very close proximity to a Virgin Active gym. This logic was applied nationally to the right ad sites that met the criteria, targeting screens in high impact locations. In this particular case, Amnet, who were Virgin Active's agency, decided to work with their DSP Partner MediaMath to buy and trade impressions made accessible by view. In tandem with buying mobile impressions based on certain related criteria that included time and proximity based, and joining the two approaches, this made sure that the end-to-end campaign was fulfilled under one unified strategy. Now you can see from the measurement results here that a lot of data was afforded from the initial phases of this omni-channel campaign, such as which days of the week yielded better results, what time of day and in which locations drove better results, and all of this allowed View and MediaMath to play this data back to Amnet and Virgin Active and to amend the buying strategy as we progressed. There was no need for a stop-start mentality. There was no need to analyse post-campaign results for weeks on end, but instead, up-to-date analysis was ready and available, and that helped fuel the iterations of the campaign. And the great thing for the Virgin Active marketing team was in fact that this data told us to scale down the impressions in certain formats and locations. And actually by doing so, the precision and the accuracy grew to give a 2.44 times greater likelihood of customers who were exposed to the ads going into a gym and signing up versus those that didn't. Another interesting case study was for a British high street retailer, also looking to monitor and drive footfall increases into their stores, in this case, John Lewis. This time we embarked on a partnership with Infectious Media and AdSquare, a major mobile data provider that can help with data verification relating to proximity data born from mobile devices. For this particular campaign, the use of creative on mobiles was not part of the strategy at all. Instead, mobiles were used for their location-based matching to monitor the amount of customers that set foot into the retailer's stores. This piece of research and this approach, commissioned and led by AdSquare, targeted different stores as a control group, with a different set of stores falling into an exposed group category. For screens that were in close proximity to the exposed group, we ran the retailer's message across those Dsp screens and measured the uplift via mobile devices of those customers setting foot within the stores. This was predominantly done via AdSquare and was a simple but effective methodology that allowed all of us to see the uplift of that exposed group versus the control group. As you can see from the data on screen, over 4,300 additional visitors entered the retailer's stores, having been exposed to adverts run on Dsp screens, which equated to a huge 30% of those who saw the advert. This is another great case of how a brand or agency is using programmatic outdoor advertising to really drive tangible measures and results, and is using the channel as not just a broadcast medium, but one with an actionable and influential set of goals too. On screen now, you can see the simple correlation from impressions served at these locations and the conversions noted via AdSquare's use of data. This particular campaign demonstrates how targeting certain locations with high impact measurement can be an integral part of any brand strategy who has a high street store or service business that attracts customers. And the final case study I wanted to talk to you about today, and before I talk to you about a couple of very hot off-the-press data points from our recent State of the Nation survey, is from car manufacturer Renault and their Zoe brand. Now, I mentioned earlier how sophisticated programmatic out-of-home can be. It can use pollen triggers, UV triggers, location or time-based targeting. But this campaign took things a step further, using air pollution levels to act as a trigger for when a Renault Zoe ad would be shown by view on JCDecaux managed screens. The overarching objectives were to promote Renault's electric vehicle to enhance people's perception of electric vehicles on the whole. Certain pollution level stations across various cities were used as the trigger to register pollution levels in the atmosphere, in turn allowing Renault Zoe adverts to be shown only on screens in nearby locations and at those times that correlated with the pollution levels being so high. Over the period the campaign was active, Renault Zoe measured 144% upside in searches via Google for the car brand, with the programmatic out-of-home activity being 26 times more efficient than a direct and guaranteed campaign. This was mostly down to the locations of the adverts, in areas where pollution levels rose, and at times when such rises were apparent, resulting in a very intelligent way to engage with a customer base using a data-driven trigger, and all of course completely bespoke to the needs of this particular brand. I'd like to finish off by showcasing a few key statistics from this year's View State of the Nation report. Before I do so, I hope what I have presented today has given you some insights into the value of the programmatic elements to outdoor buying. Outdoor media is a fantastic way to engage with consumers, and the additional programmatic option ensures we can really connect to these customers when they are in a key mindset, using data, using triggers, and using intelligent trading parameters to serve highly relevant and targeted adverts all of the time. Hopefully, the case studies have also given you some ideas on how the channel can be both a broadcast channel and a more action-oriented channel alongside a multi-channel campaign. Now, our State of the Nation report is an annual report that is commissioned and published using an independent market research company. This year, we aim to have over 600 respondents across 3 key markets, namely Germany, the UK and the US. The questions have focused on the marketplace as a whole, the value from the growth of programmatic, and many other data-driven questions that will give us real visibility on the direction of travel and the successes that programmatic as an element of out-of-home has. Now, via our independent partner, we're speaking to senior agency decision makers and directors and chief marketing officers from many, many brands in those 3 markets. Now, I'm not going to share too many data points today, but I am going to share 3 key statistics that I'd like to just focus on ahead of the October the 13th main report being published, which you can see on screen. The first statistic is that 36% of advertising agencies and 39% of advertisers feel programmatic out-of-home delivers on generating return on investment, and only social media scored higher. Now this is really interesting, and it echoes what I've presented today in that the programmatic outdoor channel is not just a broadcast channel, but actually is being perceived more and more as a direct response channel, especially when coupled with other channels such as mobile. The second statistic I wanted to highlight today is that 59% of advertising executives think programmatic out-of-home is important for performance-led campaigns, compared to 51% of agency executives. Now that's a further endorsement that programmatic is great for communicating with a target audience no matter where they are in the engagement funnel. And finally, almost 4 in 5 industry executives, or 79% to be precise, said that flexibility was critical. They believe that the fluidity of budget and budget movement and the fluidity of planning in programmatic out-of-home is a key driver for spending in this channel. And again, that's something I've mentioned today that I think is critical both in a pandemic and of course in a world post-COVID. I hope you've enjoyed today. Thank you very much for attending. Please do sign up to be one of the first to receive the full report, as I said, published on the 13th of October. You can see the link on screen. We do have 2 or 3 minutes left, so I am available for any questions you may have. Otherwise, please do reach out to me independently via LinkedIn or via the speaker biogs. Thank you for your time.